He has also been threatened for this work, given that he has a big audience online. He, as of recent, has been summoned by police as a result of the work in which he fights for human rights. Through his activism, he has raised awareness among the communities in regards to pointing out what is going wrong in the public domain.
Whether I'll continue going out or I'm afraid, that's why I regulate my movements. Of course, we know the rights that we have, or some of us know the rights. I know my rights, the civil and whatever political rights, but at the same time we know environments where they are violated. So you exercise caution on your side as an individual, knowing that this right can be violated. I don't want to say taken away, because even when it's violated, it's not taken away. So you exercise caution by not being foolhardy. If you know that certain spaces are not safe, sometimes you have to avoid them. Being a human rights defender or an activist doesn't mean that I put myself in harm's way even when I can avoid it, even where it's unnecessary. I take certain risks, but for those that I can avoid, like going to certain kinds of gatherings which I know I can do without, I might stay away so that I live to fight another day. So if I knew it was possible within the circumstances, I would simply advocate for the independence of the different institutions. If the executive was working, the judiciary, the legislature, if they were all independent doing their work, I know much of what is happening could be avoided. If civil society had the liberties to do what they legally do, what they lawfully do, much of many of the violations that we talk about could be avoided. But all this depends on who is in power and how much power they have to control other institutions, to control other organs. So there is so much power in the executive, and I think it is responsible for much of the violation that we see. And the ultimate solution lies in controlling those powers, in cutting the powers of the executive. It might not come in the short term, because you don't expect those who are in charge to limit their own powers. But if we ever get to a point where we have that opportunity, we should limit the powers of the executive in interfering with the work of other organs.
Doing this kind of job,
I don't really regret. I know that many people are uncomfortable with what I do, including my own family, relatives. Once in a while you'll get a brother, a sister, a friend, a colleague telling you that you should stop. The only thing I would say that I regret is the fact that it is unsafe. We should be free to do what I do, because it's not a violation of any other person's right. But I don't regret the actual protection, the actual voicing of people's concern, because much of what I do is actually voicing what other people do not have the power to say. So I don't regret doing that kind of work, and I would do it any other day. Even if you ask me to repeat the exhibitions I've done, I would repeat them. If you ask me to redraw the cartoons I've drawn, I would still draw them.